Good afternoon, good evening guys, welcome back to MotoDad. Been very busy the last few days. Been down to Land's End basically. So it's about a 5-hour drive from where I live to do a house move for someone. So I was going to make the video today about just some little tips and hacks on if you're moving house, moving flat, moving shed, whatever you live in. And yeah, I hope it can hope it becomes of some use to you now or in the future. Oh, the roads are still a little bit damp. That was annoying. I was looking at the weather all day thinking, oh, kept checking the weather forecast. They haven't got a clue, have they? They really, it's just guesswork. Well, my guesswork was as good as the weather forecasts. So I checked the weather this morning, and they went, yes, was it sunny up until, rain up until 10 AM, and then sun for the rest of the day. Not my son, the sun. Yeah, so I think the 2 hours passed, still raining. 3 hours passed, still raining. I'm sure Michael Fish was doing the weather. For those of you too young to remember, Michael Fish was the one that came on, I think it was the BBC weather, when they used to make the weather look all nice and friendly actually. He used to have little stick-on fluffy clouds for when it was going to be cloudy. A lovely picture of a sun with sunglasses on when it was to be sunny. Now, it's red. The earth's going to be on fire. Just so dramatic, all of it. It's all like, everything's fear-based, isn't it? But yeah, Michael Fish, he came on TV and said, don't worry, this is not going to be a hurricane. I woke up the next morning with a 60-foot tree through my bedroom window. Little bird's nest there, tweeting in my ear. Not sending a tweet, Twitter wasn't out then. So, let's be honest and say you haven't got to, go outside. I'll tell you what I'd like as an honest weatherman. Go outside. So I'm having a right whinge today, I feel like it. Blood boiling about so much. And this is the best way to get rid of it. Sorry. Yeah, why not go outside, get the cameraman outside, have a look up at the sky, or stand up somewhere high and go, right, looks like a grey cloud over there. I reckon, well, the wind speed's about 10 miles an hour. Yeah, it's going to blow over this way by the looks of it. It's a play of rain about 3 o'clock, I reckon. I can't remember I'm riding a bike while I'm whinging, by the way. Let's keep my wits about me. I've got to remember that. Yeah, it's just old guesswork, isn't it? Where I used to many years ago, I say many, it makes me sound about 80 years old. Years ago, I used to live somewhere, pretty much out in the sticks, but we were set up quite high. And I spent a look across the field, and again I rely on red sky at night, Shepherd's Delight, red sky in the morning, red sky in the morning, Shepherd's Warning. Always works without fail. So you know you're going to have a rubbish morning with weather, or a glorious day of sunshine. It works. Tried and tested. But yeah, I used to be stand up on the balcony we had then. I could see, tell which way the wind was blowing, looking at the trees. I could see the clouds and think, well, I've got about 2 hours of sun left, then we're going to have some overcast weather, possibility of rain. Pretty much right all the time. Oh, just irritating. Anyway, I've managed to get out on the bike. I'll send my wife and me daughter off to a theme park somewhere. I can't remember the name of the park now. Manor Drayton, is that it? Yeah. So keep the wife happy. You know what they say? Happy wife, happy life. There's not a little poem for us husbands, is there? Happy husband, happy husband. So yeah, well, I've digressed there, haven't I? So I did a house move 2 full van loads down to Cornwall. So I try and give my customers as much advice as possible when moving. Do they ever listen to it? Not on your Nelly. Who's got a Nelly? What is a Nelly? Answers in the comments below, please. So yeah, I'm just going to give some advice here. Oh, also, I had a mate meet up with mine, very experienced guy. He trains riders for a living, not mentioning any names, and he taught me something called IPSCA, which is information, position, speed, gear, acceleration. Sorry mate. I mean, you know, when you're so information, example, say you're out some A roads or B roads, you've got lots of bendy twists, so your information will be, say if you've got a corner coming up over to your right, information, you want to gather as much information as possible, so you want to be over to the left as far as possible so you can see around the corner further. And then your position, so I suppose you've already positioned yourself, haven't you? And then your speed, so what sort of speed should you be taking the corner at? Adjust your speed appropriately. And then your gear, I'm not talking about stuff you take at nightclubs, I'm talking about your gears. So you want to choose the appropriate gear, a nice flexible gear. I've gone into the wrong lane. Yeah, appropriate gear, and then as you come out the corner, appropriate acceleration. And I'll tell you what, it was made riding the bike even that much more enjoyable. Well, I never thought I'd say that, but I mean, I've been, well, not taking corners wrong, I've been going round corners, but to be able to position yourself right, gather all the information you need, get the best possible view. And I was leaning wrong into the corners, so instead of leaning with the bike, my whole body, on my sort of bike, when he filmed me, see, so when he played it back, my body was leaning, you know, to the right to go around the corner, and my head was sort of over to the left, and I think it's a bit of lack of confidence there, so I was like, oh, I want my body to stay up, I need the bike to go around the corner. So we did a few ups and downs on the road I'm about to go down now, and I'll tell you what, boy, did that make a difference. Like, so I was doing an average, so when I first went up the same road, he said my average speed was about 35, 40, because there was a lot of bends, and obviously I'm new to biking, that's why I want everyone to watch me grow as a biker. Not in height, I'm already 6'3", I don't want to be any taller. Sorry, Peter Crouch. But, so it went from 35 to 40 to 50 to 55 all the way through. I should take it a bit easier today because I'm filming and I'm trying to keep my wits about me. So anyway, I'm going to talk now about quite a boring subject. I'll make it fun anyway, and you can enjoy the POV. You can put your feet up, pretend you're out on a nice ride for the day. Oh, beautiful! Oh yes. Oh, I needed this. Jeez, I was like a volcano ready to explode. So anyway, yeah, house moves. So my advice, guys, if you're going to be moving house, is 2. And I should be talking about random stuff every week, so get used to it. I'll be talking about anything, like say from house, well not like you say, like I say, from house moves to your health, autism. Oh, so many topics I want to talk about, and I'll only talk about something that I feel fairly knowledgeable on. I'm not going to spout rubbish, but then again, I should probably want to win sometimes. You're going to have a listen to that. I do love a good moan. You're not British if you do not love a good moan. Who doesn't, eh? Absolutely love it. Like bleeding the radiator. So, yeah, house moves. Sorry, I keep digressing and not getting on with it. So, my first advice is to declutter. So go through everything. If you've not used it for 2 years or a year, why have you got it? Unless it's a suitcase. You obviously don't use those for a while, do you? So declutter, get a skip, bin it. My advice is do a boot sale. You can make money on anything. Go to a boot sale. I did the same myself. I've got loads of rubbish out the loft, loads of rubbish out the shed. I made myself 160 quid. And I drove past the tip and threw the rest in there. If there's anything good, to obviously take to a charity shop. Your choice of charity, of course. Talking about suitcases, if you've got any empty suitcases, the amount of moves I do where I'm moving 6, 7, 8 empty suitcases, and the customers have been complaining about buying boxes, and why shouldn't they complain? There's ridiculous prices. Use your suitcases, put your clothes in there, that's what they're for. Unless you've got any sort of beautiful garments that you want hanging, you can get things that are called wardrobe boxes, so you can actually hang your clothes up, and they make a good little temporary wardrobe until you get your wardrobes reassembled. I've absolutely no idea where I'm going, but I like that. So yeah, the wardrobe boxes, absolutely brilliant. They do, I'll be honest with you, they take up so much room. When we're doing house moves, they take up so much room, but they're great. Another thing, a tip for all your customers thinking about moving: make sure you get uniform size boxes. I do a lot of moves where, and again, I don't blame the customers, it's a very expensive world we live in now for everyone, unless you're a multi-millionaire. I mean, it's I'm going to go off on one here. I've got to, I'm sorry, let's go for it. But the price of food, what the hell is going on? When I go and do a little shop, a basket full of shopping, I don't drink alcohol, not condoning it. I choose not to. I've spoken about this lots of times. But a basket of shopping, some meat, some fruit, some veg, every time I get to that checkout, minimum 50 quid. Just disgusting, man. It really is. What are they doing to us? It's going to be a breaking point somewhere. Something's going to happen. I feel like, honestly, with these flags going up recently, don't you feel something in the air? I do. But anyway, what was I talking about? Wardrobe boxes. Yeah, boxes. So, just as tempting it is, don't go and get boxes from the supermarket. These crisp boxes. They're all different shapes and sizes. It's a nightmare for us removal guys to stack. I'll be honest with you, it slows the job down. They're more prone to crushing, so your items inside are going to get crushed. Obviously, when you stack a van, they've got to be stacked on top of each other. So my advice to you is go on Amazon Jungle, get yourself some decent boxes, double walled boxes. If you care about your items, get double walled. If you don't care about them, get single walled, but expect crush boxes with holes in, because while they're in the van, you've got potholes, speed bumps, emergency stops to make. Things move. They're gonna move. Things are gonna get damaged. They're not packed or wrapped correctly. You can also go onto Facebook Marketplace, just put in used boxes. There's a lot of people getting rid of them on there. They do go very quickly though, because I mean the boxes I provide for a small box, a medium, sorry, we don't use small. It's the medium box, so the boxes you put your fragiles in. So excuse me, and your fragiles, kitchenware, books, because they're heavy. That's another thing I'll get onto next. When you're packing heavy items, try not to put them in large boxes. I go to some jobs and say, well, I moved it from there to there, so you should be able to lift it. And I think, yeah, the difference is we've got 85 of those boxes to move onto a truck, step onto the truck, down to the back of the truck, bend over, put it down, and do that times 85 times, and then to the new location, up flights of stairs, and do the same thing. So just bear that in mind. Heavy stuff, smaller boxes, and then your bigger boxes, they're all for your softies, toys, stuff like that. What you can do is actually, if you've got any fragiles and you run out of small boxes, you can put a duvet in the bottom one, put a fragile in the middle, and some more softies on top. Yeah. So another thing is to be, I mean, this is crucial. I tell so many customers, I say, please start your packing a couple of weeks before, and they go, really? I reckon I can do it over 2 days. I go, yeah, that's fine. I'll turn up on the job, and like clockwork, nothing's, you know, there's probably 50% packed, so it slows the whole thing down. And then we look bad as a removals company because, you know, we're leaving the property later, the other removals company have turned up to move the new clients in, and it all reflects down on us. So organisation is key. Get everything packed up and just leave your essentials out. But even if it's a mattress on the floor to sleep on, 2 plates out for dinner, 2 cups, leave, you know, pack the tea bags away, but leave enough out for overnight, whatever, however long you need it for. Just have everything absolutely ready. Another thing you can do is buy something, it's something called shrink wrap, shrink wrap, but it's an industrial shrink wrap. You can type into Google, shrink wrap removals. It comes in black or white. I prefer the black, just looks smarter. And if you're worried about the removals company, are they going to be protecting your stuff? Most companies should provide blankets. Very rare use shrink. I use it because I find it's great to carry with, very sticky. It just aesthetically it looks nice, do you know what I mean? So yeah, get yourself a roll of shrink. They're quite big, thick rolls. So if you're concerned about the glare on that sun, then Tony glare. Yeah, shrink wrap your furniture up. You can go the whole hog. You can go and buy some removal blankets. They're only cheap. Just type in removal blankets. They're sort of grey, specky looking blankets. I use much thicker ones, but they'll suffice for what you need to do. So you put a blanket over your chest of drawers, let's say. Put some tape round it so it holds the blanket in place, and then shrink wrap over the top of that. And you can literally throw the stuff, you know, if you put a nice thick layer of shrink on, you can throw the stuff about, no chance of getting damaged. It keeps it all solid in one piece as well. There's no moving like this. The same for your wardrobes as well. But yeah, one thing you should bear in mind when you move, those kids wanted a rev, bless them. Didn't know it was a 125. So wardrobes, do bear in mind when you have, unless you've got a French wardrobe, which are the best wardrobes, I'd say to anyone, if you get yourself a wardrobe, go with French. Absolutely brilliant. Come away in 3 bits. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. These IKEA ones, when they've been put together, once they start getting taken to bits again and put back together, they're never quite the same. Plus you've got uneven floors in the new property. You know, sometimes the doors can sit a bit funny. And, yeah, 9 times out of 10 they're all right, but just bear that in mind. Your packing of your items. So my advice to you is if you're going to pack your kitchen stuff up, because you got to remember the removal guys, you're working to a time, so you can be careful, but you have got to work fast. So you want to get yourself some packing paper. They're basically large sheets of unprinted newspaper, and yeah, put your cup inside that, wrap up. I always use 2 bits on every piece. Some blokes just use 1 bit. I prefer to double wrap. But at the bottom of the box, scrunch up loads of those bits of paper. You get a nice spongy bottom of the boxy, and then start wrapping your cups, putting them all in, get them all nice and secure, and then finally on top a nice thick layer of scrunch again. Shake that box and you'll hear nothing rattle at all. The rattle test. Back in the day, how we used to train our guys was we'd get them to wrap a cup up and drop it from a height, and if it survives that, it's going to survive in a box. We did that with our own cups. We weren't doing that with the client's cutlery. And as for looking for a if you don't want your carpets dirty, now a lot of companies do provide carpet runners. Make sure you ask for that, and do ask for the stairs to be covered. It's like a sticky covering for the stairs is best. The floor runners aren't really good for the stairs. They tend to start riding up, which is dangerous for the removal guys. Health and safety. So yeah, definitely make sure you ask the floor runners if you don't want your carpets all mucky, especially if it's raining. Well, goodness knows what you're going to tread in. Might be a dog turd or something, you don't know, do you? At least it's on the carpet runner then. So when you're looking for a removals company, one thing I'll say, I'll never say don't use another removals company. I think that's bad business, bad practice. I don't like doing that. I think unless I've heard something really bad about them, everyone can have a bad day. You can always get a job where something might get damaged. Sometimes it's just unavoidable. It doesn't matter much you wrap stuff. Like I say, if you hit a huge pothole in the road, or you've got to slam your brakes all of a sudden, there's going to be movement in the back. You can't blame the removals company for that. What you can blame them for is turning up with not enough trucks, or not enough men, or promising you something, you know, and offering you a cheap deal, and then you getting completely opposite, which is why I shall now mention this company, Anyvan. I honestly, I would not use them. I did a quote the other week. It was a 4-bedroom house. I put a quote in for £1,500. You might go, well, it's a lot. It's not a lot. There's a lot of overheads to cover. Goods in transit, public liability, your van insurance. For one van alone, you're looking at £5,000 or £6,000 a year on one van. That's without all your fuel going in, your repairs, your wear and tear. So do bear that in mind. It's a very expensive business to run. I'm not a massive company. I've kept it small, and that's how I want it, the business. So Anyvan, avoid them like the plague. My advice. When you do go and find a removals company, make sure you reverse their reviews from lowest to high. Don't have it set in default, which is high to low. I know I've heard a few stories about companies getting bad reviews and getting friends, family to leave them loads of good ones to hide the low ones. So once you do it low to high, if they have got, you know, one low, one star and the rest are 5-star, you might have one professional complainer on there. You always get someone that's out to ruin someone's day, don't you? I've had that. I had it with my other company, and yeah, it's not nice, and yeah, basically destroyed my business and the relationship I had, really. So thanks very much, mate. But I bounced back with vengeance, and my life has never been better. So whoever you were, thank you. Did me a favour. So yeah, just a bit of advice there, guys. We think about moving home. Yeah, if you need any advice, drop me a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer you. Whoever watches this, whether it's one of you, 2, 3, 4, 5, we could go on, couldn't we? But I won't. But yeah. Anyway, it's been lovely talking to you all again, whoever you are. And I'm glad I think I've had 2 people go and buy a Yamaha MT125 on the back of one of my vids, so I'm still waiting for my commission off Yamaha. Hello? Oh, wrong number. And yeah, someone's, I think 2 now, booked up their CBTs, so it's such great news. And again, I would advise you, so done safely and properly. It's a really safe hobby to take up and really enjoyable. It's so enjoyable. I haven't been to the gym for 3 months, so I'm starting that again next week. I think I said that in the last video last week. But I will be starting that up again, and I should be doing a video on how you can progress in the gym and things you can do, what you need to do, what you need to eat. It's not expert advice, but it's advice I can give, and it's advice that has worked for me and continues to work for me at 48 years old. So age shouldn't really matter. No, I'm just saying that now because I'm old and knackered. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for listening, and if you are moving home, good luck to you. And remember, declutter, get yourself organised, pack up nice and early. Don't leave it till the last minute. You'll look around your house and think, I can pack this up in one day. And I guarantee you'll say the same as all my customers say, oh, I didn't realise I had as much. So I hear it all the time. Or before they book, they go, no, I've got a 4-bedroom house. It's not a very big one though. I haven't got much. And I turn up and I say, right, you're going to need an 18.5 ton, 1 Luton. They go, oh, well, that's strange. We thought we could do it in one van. And then when we load up on the day, they go, always the same. I didn't realise I had as much. So, yeah, organisation. Yeah, you declutter, organise, pack nice and early. Get things wrapped up that you're worried about. Any sentimental items you've got, hide those away. And yeah, make sure you research thoroughly that removals company. And okay guys, well anyway, look, have a blessed evening. Enjoy the rest of the sunny weather, what we've got left of it now. I'm going to struggle to do videos over the winter, aren't I? But I should be coming up with something, don't you worry. Anyway, love to all, peace to all, God bless you all. And have a brilliant evening. MotoDad, over and out.